Please, there is an attendance list going round, so if you haven't written your name, please make sure you do. The attendance list is being moved around. Thank you. Good afternoon once again. On behalf of WINS Executive and our patrons, I welcome you all to the WINS 2026 AGM. Before we proceed, I'll kindly call on Surveyor Cecilia Shoneboa to give us the opening prayer.
Please, shall we pray? Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you this very moment for the life you have given to us. Please, we are meeting as the rank of this noble profession. We pray that you guide us with knowledge and wisdom, and also you give us peace for us to have a successful discussion, and also help us with wisdom to impart life and also to impart the profession. This and many we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Surveyor Cecilia, thank you so much. We have some, I guess, people in our midst that would like to recognize. But before then, I'll call on the WINS coordinator to lead us in that session. Thank you. Please let's welcome Surveyor Florence.
Hello. Yes, okay. So we are all welcome to this year's WINS AGM. So we want to introduce some of the dignitaries around. So we have past presidents, Mrs. Ama Ejumari, Aqua. Yes. Please, we have a past patron, a past coordinator, Surveyor Dr. Mrs. Victoria Boa. We have past WINS ESCO member, Surveyor Mrs. Juliana Nyako. Hey, I'm not seeing you. Sorry, we have our honorary secretary here. I didn't see her. Surveyor Beatrice Akpenekom. Yes, I'm coming. Okay, we have another past WINS ESCO member, Surveyor Dorothy Adote Nyan. We have Surveyor Dr. Mrs. Theodora Mens with us, shall we? He's Director of Valuation and, Land Valuation Division of the Lands Commission, yes. Then we have Surveyor Elizabeth Nyamidi. Mabel, oh, I always confuse you. Maybe your sister. Forgive me. Yes. Good afternoon. Former Director, PVLMD, yes. We have our past president, Surveyor Yvonne Sowa, just working. The only ED of the institution, Surveyor Atieku Please, let's do it. Anywhere winds go, he's with us. We have one of the governing council members with us, Surveyor Timothy Anido. Hey, please, we need you here. He's a patron. Yes. Life patron, one of the life. Please, we need you here. We have past President Dr. John Kwekwa Amagulo, and the shadow president, shadow past president, Surveyor Dr. Joseph Kwekwa Amagulo. Then we have the chairman of the Valuation and Estate Division of the institution with us. Please, the introduction will go as and when I see you. So, and the rest, you are all welcome to today's. We thank God for bringing us together once again. We have a special guest here, but when it's time, we'll introduce her to us. She's an associate of the institution, whether she likes it or not. She's one of us. So thank you very much. Okay, so walking in is our president and our incoming senior vice and president. We did it. Will you join president? Oh, sorry. Surveyor Susie Kanga, yes, former GC member. Yes, so welcome. We have past president, the first lady president of the institution, Surveyor Dr. Mrs. Fiajigbe. Please, let's do it. Yes, so please.
Thank you very much, Madam Coordinator, and thank you all. And moving on, at this point, I have the honor to introduce the chairperson for today's program. Our chairperson for today's program is in the person of Mrs. Surveyor Matilda Fiajigbe. She is the first female president of the GHIS institution. So today, Madam, we are pleased to have you in our midst.
Thank you very much, Surveyor President and ESCO, and past presidents, fellow members of WINS. Yeah, I was informed this morning that I'm to chair the function. I said, no problem. Yes, we are always ready. So it is my privilege and honor to accept to chair the meeting. You are all most welcome. I haven't seen the program yet, so I can't. I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't called him. That's why he's making sure you get the program from him. He didn't mention his
Oh, yes.
ED in perpetuity.
ED in perpetuity. He's one of us. You can see what he's wearing. He's one of us. From the very inception of WINS. So let's give it up to him. A special one. You are most welcome, ED in perpetuity. Okay, I hand over to the MC. So Your cooperation is highly solicited, so that at the end of the day, we'll have a very fruitful meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Madam. Please, moving on, I think we've gotten to a very important segment for today's program. We have an August visitor in our midst, who is today coming to speak with us. She's speaking with us on the theme, Rising with Purpose, Excellence, Ethics, and Empowerment. I have the singular honor to introduce our chairperson for today's program. So I'll read a brief bio, and then we can all, with a round of applause, welcome her. So our resource person for today is in the person of Engineer Mrs. Florence Cobold. So I read. Engineer Mrs. Florence Cobold is an award-winning civil engineer with close to 3 decades of experience in water supply and sanitation engineering. She is currently the Managing Director of Sewage Systems Ghana Limited, a subsidiary of the Jospon Group of Companies, where she provides strategic leadership and oversees corporate performance, operational efficiency, and stakeholder engagement. She began her career with Architectural and Engineering Services Limited, popularly known as AESL, as a civil/sanitary engineer, contributing to the design and supervision of major water and sanitation projects across Ghana. She supervised the water and sewage installations for the seats of government and presidency, the Jubilee House, and the construction of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Office Complex. Please, let's give her a round. She's a role model. At SSGL, she progressed from project engineer to managing director. She has supervised the construction and operationalization of the module treatment plant and 5 other wastewater treatment plants across Ghana. She is currently supervising an African Development Bank-funded sewage treatment plant project in Rwanda. Madam Florence holds an MBA in Strategic Management from KNUST Business School, a Master of Civil Engineering degree from IHE Delft, the Netherlands, and a BSc in Civil Engineering from KNUST. She holds a certificate of directorship from the Institute of Directors. She has co-authored publications in environmental sanitation and fecal/management. She received the Distinguished Woman in Engineering Award, project category, at the 2017 Engineering Excellence Awards, organized by the Ghana Institution of Engineering. Please, let's do it better for her. And in 2022, was recognized by Women in Logistics and Transport, Ghana branch, as the role model in the reverse logistics category. Well deserved. Beyond her professional career, she is a devoted wife and mother. She serves at the head of Children's Department at ICGC Zoe Temple, Tema. So we're actually in her home. Engineer Mrs. Florence Cobold continues to exemplify technical excellence, servant leadership, and resilience in a traditional male-dominated field, inspiring the next generation of women engineers across Ghana and Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome me with a round of applause as we welcome our resource person for today, Engineer Mrs. Florence Cobold.
Thank you very much. This is me. All that she read, this is me. Okay, thank you very much for the honor given me. When Surveyor Florence, the coordinator, called me, I wanted to refuse it. I don't know why she called me at this time to come and be the guest speaker, but I couldn't run away. I believe you know why. wherever I passed, I couldn't run away. I had to accept it. So I am here today. And we thank God. This is my church, but for your info, I don't sit here, so I'm not even familiar with the church because I am always with the children in the children's department. If you have a child in Zoe and you don't know me, then I don't know who else you know, but this is where I belong. So this place is like intimidating me because I don't normally come here, but this is my church. Anyway, the coordinator of Women in Surveying, leadership of the Ghana Institution of Surveyors. I can see there are 3 past female presidents of the Ghana Institution of Surveyors. 4, okay. So please, I salute all of you, the past female presidents. I belong to the Ghana Institution of Engineering, and as far as I know, I think there's 1 past, and then the incoming is also a female, so we have only 2. So you have done well. I think the population of women in GHIS is more than the population of women in Ghana Institution of Engineering. So my president of the Ghana Institution of Surveyors, thank you for coming to sit in. And then my dear husband, I'm here. I have no choice to be part. They said I'm a... and the past president with the shadow past president. Okay, so thank you very much for the opportunity to share with you. I'm deeply honored to speak on the theme in both professional and my personal life, rising with purpose, excellence, ethics, and empowerment. So this afternoon, I would like to anchor this theme in a framework of the seasons. I believe, we are in the tropics, so we don't have 4 seasons. But those in the temperate regions, they have 4 seasons: autumn, spring, summer, and winter. So we are going to have a conversation. I'm going to share my life story based on all this, where I came from and how far I've come. I believe the senior citizens here will resonate with me. And my classmate, Dr. Ments, she was my classmate in St. Mary's from Form 1 to Upper 6. Doc, thank you for being here. Okay. So an overview of the presentation is like I said, the seasons of life. I'm going to relate the seasons we have, the 4 seasons, to the topic, purpose, excellence, ethics, and empowerment. And then we would learn some lessons from my personal journey, and then we'll have some concluding thoughts. My eyes. Okay. So we can see the 4 seasons. I'm going to start from spring. Spring is when I'll liken spring to our purpose. Spring is when the plants, they start sprouting, they bud. You see the trees, you see them coming up, like you see in the picture. That is what spring is. And then I would liken summer to excellence. Summer is when you travel. Those of you who are privileged to have traveled, see all the young ladies, they are waiting for summer to wear their short clothes and to flaunt their clothes, because winter, even if you wear them, it's all covered under jackets. But summer is a time that they all want to see the sun and to enjoy the sun. So that is, I'll liken that to excellence. And then autumn, I'll liken autumn to ethics. And then empowerment to winter to empowerment. So to rise with purpose is to understand your season. I believe as we are growing up, finish school, when I finished school, I told myself that after 2 years, I'll work for 2 years, then I'll marry. Then I want to also go to school, do my master's. I believe we all had plans. We all have plans as you finish school. Sometimes your plans do not work God knows us, so we cannot determine, but we all still have plans. So to rise with purpose is to understand your seasons. And to rise with excellence is to maximize your season. To rise with ethics is to protect your season. And to rise with empowerment is to prepare the next season for someone else. So spring, he said spring is the season of purpose. Spring is the season of becoming. So I started my professional life at AESL. Before I finished school, in one of my project works, I had to come to AESL to see somebody, those already in the profession, to help us to do our design. There's a design work that we do. So I met one man, one engineer, and he took me through what I needed. And I said, okay. He said, when you finish, you can come here. It's okay. It's not bad. I was in third year then. But I think just around that time, AESL now it was AESC before. It became AESL, a limited liability company. It wasn't getting no subvention from government. And we were the government consultants. Any government projects, AESL is a consultant on the project. And you have to make sure that everything goes on well. So just after the changing, the metamorphosing of AESL, things went down because now you're not getting, whether you have to work to pay yourself. So unfortunately, when I got in, it wasn't too good. Salary was not too good. And I was wondering how I could make it. But this is how far I've come. And sometimes, the young ones, it is not you wanting to get somewhere. It's not money. Money is not everything when you start. AESL formed me. I had a lot of, it's when I moved. Normally we say that when you lose something, then you know the importance of that thing in life. If you have something, you don't value it. But when you lose it, that's when you value it. When I left AESL, then I realized that I learned a lot. Because at a point, I felt I was getting rusted. Because there was not much in AESL. And so I realized I had to move. But AESL formed me. AESL formed me. So in your spring season, there's a lot of, you need to be formed as a young professional. And then you have to find your identity, wherever you find yourself. And then it gave me the foundation. That's where I started from. It gave me a good foundation. So what are the lessons? When I was there, I felt money was not so, your incoming president was doing all he was not available because he had to cater for the family. What I was bringing was not enough. So he had to do everything to make sure he sustains the family. But I had a lot of time on my hands for the family. If my girls were here, they'll tell you, Mommy was there for them. Mommy was there for them in school, their homework, everything. I was there for them. I was a good wife, he will tell you. I looked after him very well. I'm praising myself. I looked after him looked after the home very well. So, career, I can't say that I wasn't fulfilled. It's the money that was not coming because I was on some good projects, like was mentioned. But then remuneration was not too good. And we will get there. Integrity was, for me, was a value. So I would not do what is not right. Please, you get me? Okay. So AESL formed me. I didn't get everything. Money was not, but it formed me. And I had the flexibility to move around. And I had the opportunity to go to school, to go and do my master's whilst I was in AESL. And even I had the privilege of choosing where I wanted to go to. I had India, I had China. He said China, it was 3 years. Now, later on, I regretted not going to China because we are going to learn the language for 1 year. He said, 3 years, they didn't get PhD, I can feel. Because in 3 years, you should come with a PhD, not an MSc. So I didn't take that. I didn't know. I'm not good in languages. I can't go and learn Chinese. But now I regret it because now China is ruling the world. So if you speak Chinese, I'm sure you are very valuable. So I had the opportunity to do a master's whilst in AESL. So your purpose must be established before prominence. You should know your purpose before prominence. So what does spring teach us? The season spring. Spring is not about applause. Whilst there, you see everything is underground. You see the roots there. It was a lot of roots. Everything is underground. So as a young professional, you need to choose the environment that you want to be. Build your competence, and then strengthen your conviction, and then shape your character. That is what I did at AESL. I was there for almost 16 years before I left AESL to go to the private sector. So you see the roots. Roots must grow before visibility. When you plant a seed, you see it would get rotten, it will decay. Then the roots will form before you see it budding, coming up from the ground. So now we move to summer, the season of excellence. Summer is when competence matures into confidence. So when you are in the spring, you are building yourself. You are forming your foundation. Then you enter summer. Then that's when you have to try to excel. But excellence is not a destination. I'm sure the older ones here will tell us, excellence is not a destination. It is a whole process. Nobody, Bible tells us, nobody is excellent under the sun. We are all trying to be excellent. So where I found myself, well, let me go back. From AESL, I left after almost 16 years. I realized that now things were, the children were grown up, so I need to move. Now, when you go, then Accra Mall had come. When you go out with them, Mommy, sometimes when you are going, you want them. When you go, don't say, I want. You know, children are selfish. Anything I want. So you want them, not I want. Otherwise, you won't go there again. You want them before you go. But I realized that they are girls. And you know, girls are very expensive. Looking after girls, they are buying things. So I decided I have to move. So I went, this opportunity came. And I was excited because we all know the Korle Lagoon at Jamestown. I don't know if anybody went to St. Mary's here. But those times, during siesta, we would smell some things and we thought they would tell us it was like the lagoon. But apparently it was not. Because fecal matter, I'm sure a lot of us don't know what happens. You have a septic tank. When it's full and there's some backflow, you call the truck and they'll come and dislodge. Where they take it to, most of us, we don't know. We don't even want to know. But it was being dumped into the sea. They just go and splash it into the sea without any form of treatment. So I heard about just one group wanting to, at that time, AMA has sent EPA has sent AMA to court for not treating the fecal matter and dumping into the sea. So businessman, he decided he was already into sanitation. He decided to take the opportunity. So I studied sanitary engineering at IHE, and we were not doing much sanitary engineering. There are not many fecal treatment plants in Ghana, so I wasn't working with it. So I got the opportunity. Somebody mentioned, oh, I know somebody, so I joined them, and we built their plant. And I am happy to say that because I went to St. Mary's and I know what was there, I was happy to be a part of the team. And I'm sure if any of you drives past there, it is not as it used to be. And that's how the name came, Lavender Hill. It's a metaphor, but it is not because of the treatment plant that was built there. So I started as a project engineer. I joined as a project engineer, construction. It was then a project, not a company. So I moved from engineer to project manager to general manager, and at a point I became the managing director. That's about, I think, 6 years ago. And at a point, I mean, we sometimes we go ahead of ourselves as women. We are so, we feel we know it, we want to be there. I remember when the project was ending and we needed somebody now. It became a business. Now you have different kinds of engineers, technical people, professionals to manage now a plant. So we had all kinds of people, and somebody needed to manage. And the advert was floated. I didn't apply. One board member saw me and said, Engineer Florence, I then I will apply. I told him, say, I'm not ready for that position. I'm sure people thought that I am not ambitious. But I don't think if you are not ready, you don't have the capacity, and you go and take a job, or you go and take something, what happens to you? You burn out because you don't have the capacity. So I refused it at that time. But going on, after a while, I built my capacity. I realized I was there, and I didn't even have to go apply. The one who was then the managing director was moved up for a higher role, and I was put there because I'm sure my management saw that I was ready for the position. So when I also knew I was ready, I took it. So excellence is not just rising one day, then you say that I can do it, then you take it. You burn out. So in sewage systems, I do a lot. And with my background as an engineer, now managing anything that comes, you are designing, calculating, anything that comes to you, you are tempted to look at all that before you approve anything. And that was a lot for me. So I had to learn that you needed to let go of that. You can't be, you are supposed to make strategic decisions at that point and not be critical on, because the nature of the work we do, in fact, if you don't do it well, you have issues with public health because you are putting things into the environment that you don't have to. So excellence is a real process that we go through. So what really is excellence? Excellence is not perfection. It is disciplined consistency. That's what I believe. You are consistent in what you do. There was one day, one of my girls, may she rest in peace, when she was in Form 3 after BEC, and they were graduating, and we went for their graduation ceremony, and she got one prize, but just one. So after they gave all the prizes, then they started narrating. There's somebody who has been consistent from JHS 1 to Form 3, consistent in every course. She does well consistently, all the courses. And then they mentioned her name. I felt so proud as a mother. So it's not, we can all not be there. Excellence is a process. Consistency. You should be consistent in whatever you do. Then delivering quality when unseen. It's not you do quality work or you do something good when people are looking at you. No, you are delivering quality at all times. That is excellence. And then you are building systems that outlive you. And you are performing without supervision. That, I believe, is excellence. So we can all together break the glass ceiling. Breaking the glass ceiling is not one event. It is a repeated, measurable performance. I sat at a conference, and then the managing director of Barclays Bank, now ABSA, he mentioned one thing that resonated so much with me. He said he can take his annual leave, 5 weeks. He goes on the leave without any call from the office. How many of us can we go on leave? If you are leaders here and nobody calls you from the office. But that is what it's supposed to be. That means he had put in systems and structures so that when he's not there, things work without him. That is excellence, in my opinion. Then the leadership shift. The hardest summer lessons. I had to let go. Like I said, I had to let go. All the engineering and do more strategic, take more strategic decisions. Sometimes we can't let go, but to rise in excellence, you need to let go and then take up the role that you are in and take strategic decisions. Otherwise, like I said, we'll burn out. And not just burning out, you limit your team, those under you, you limit them because you will not allow them to take bold decisions. So excellence means building systems that perform without you. Now we go to autumn. That's the season of ethics. As for ethics, integrity. I don't know how, sometimes in discussing, talking about things at home, I wonder how people do certain things and they don't care about it. But integrity is a value. I told myself from the onset that I have to be an integrous leader. I heard this from someone. I don't know if it's a right word. Integrous leader. So you need to have integrity in whatever decision you are taking. It pays. In the Jospon group now, Jospon is a big group. And when Florence is mentioned, we have a few Florence. The COO there is also Florence. But when they mention Engineer Florence, everybody knows what goes with it. As for Engineer Florence there, and I'm glad they say that. Sometimes people think that, but I'm happy they say that. So it can be done. It's possible that when your name is mentioned somewhere, it will be said of you that you are an integrous leader. Integrity is very important because sometimes even where I sit, you need to you are working with, compliance. So if you don't take decisions out of integrity, then I don't know. So we have to be integrous leaders. We need to be ethical in every decision we take. You need to draw the line very early in your career. Your values will eventually sell you at your price. Your skills will open doors for you. Your competence will sustain you, but it is integrity that will protect you. Sometimes you can build a lot throughout your career, then just one bad decision that you take, that is it. In a second, all that you have built is gone. I remember when at AESL, we have a lot of QS here. At AESL, they used to say, a lot of the engineers, architects, they are running away because the money is no good. But QS never leave AESL. I don't know about now. At that time, and I realized it was true. The 16 years I was there, I think there was only one QS that left, and even that he left and went outside the country. QS don't leave AESL. I don't know why. Maybe president will tell us why. Maybe you tell us why. And there were a few women, and there was one woman that they said, mano, they do it more than the men. I said, really? So I don't know the reason, but QS never leave AESL. So integrous leader, the QS amongst us, they know what is done. So I will not talk much. So your skill will open doors for you, your competence will sustain you, and then your integrity will protect you. Then ethics commands respect. We are in a typically male-dominated industry. When I was in tech, the civil engineering class, we were 60 my year. Only 8 of us were females. Only 8 of us were females. And finishing school, coming, wherever I find myself, the female, where I work now, as a managing director, the workforce is about 220. The women are about 25 out of the 220. When I sit in management meetings, I think there's another one female plus me. They are all men. But you wonder how I have survived it. I'm sure a lot of us, we have issues. We rub shoulders with the men. We have issues with the men. But you see, as a woman, I think when God said we should be submit, and I don't think God doesn't lie. What he says is always the truth. You need to, if they say submit, it doesn't mean that you are submitting, then they walk over you. No. But I think that has sustained me in life. There's one mate of mine who did civil. She couldn't survive in the engineering field because, you see, when you come out of school for engineering, I don't know about valuation, but when you come out of school, you practically, you don't know much. You need to learn, and you learn from not maybe, well, you learn from engineers, but you need to learn from those lower than you, from the draftsmen, the clerk of works, and all those people. So if you think that you are an engineer and you don't respect the clerk of works, he will not teach you anything. And there are the people who will teach you, who will let you grow. They will teach you to let you grow. So this lady couldn't submit. And you know, men as they are, sometimes you go to office, they'll tell you, oh, can you make tea for me? And she found it so offending. Why would you send me? Meanwhile, this person is like her father, or old as her father, but she couldn't submit. Say, the person is teaching you. He said, oh, can you fetch me water, or can you make tea for me? She couldn't, so she didn't survive in the field. She went into something else because she wasn't happy. She went to 2 different places of work and she couldn't survive. So you demonstrate predictability in integrity. So Autumn teaches us reputation. Autumn teaches reputation. It builds us slowly. It collapses quickly. Your integrity, like I said, you can build your reputation, and just one bad decision or one bad thing you do, you erase all the good things that you have done. So we all have to aspire to be integrous leaders, even in our career. The young ones, as you are growing, please, let it be one of our values that you be an integrous person. Now let's go to winter. Winter is a season that, you see, when it's cold, everybody don't want to come out. You wish you'd be indoors. And it's cold. But those who have lived outside, if you go, whether it's cold or it's freezing or it's snowing, 10 millimeters, 20 millimeters, you still have to go to work. Because if you don't go, you won't get paid. Ghana, when it rains small, we decide to stay at home. But there, if you don't go, you will not be paid. So you can't stay indoors and sleep all the time. But winter is not a professional decline. After you have attained everything, you have your purpose, you are excellent, you have integrity. Then the winter season is when you also have to give out. It's empowerment. You have to empower the younger ones coming. Many a time, I know women who have organizations who do not even want women. They don't want to employ women because you come. Today, she's going to the labor ward. Tomorrow, my child is not well. Tomorrow, my husband is not well. I have to look after him. Today, so even we women, we don't want to employ women. So how do we grow? How do we mentor them? So in the winter season, that is when you need to empower others. You have grown, you have reached there, you need to empower others. So experience now becomes mentorship. Authority becomes structure. Success becomes succession. You should have a succession plan. Building people. And the empowerment is legacy in motion. So we have looked at the 4 seasons. Now, capacity before power. Empowerment means delegation. Let's delegate. Let's have a succession plan. If you are somewhere, you're a director, you should be grooming people. You should be grooming the young ones. Don't leave them on their own. They will go astray. The current generation, they are something else. I hear Ashesi students, the attrition level is very high. When they come to an organization, he doesn't like something, he's out or she's out. Because sometimes we don't mentor them. It is not always that you need to. But if we mentor them, we talk to them, they would not leave. And I mentioned ambition without capacity leads to burnout. You are very ambitious. I want to do this, but sometimes you don't have the capacity. So if you have found where you want to be, and you know that this is where I want, build your capacity. Because if you have built a capacity and you are in a room, no male will look down on you. Or no male will shut you down when you are talking. Because you are also talking sense. You are rubbing shoulders. What they know, you also know. So let's build our capacity as women. And then our capacity determines how safely we can hold on to power. Sometimes you want power, but you cannot hold the power because you don't have the capacity to do that. Now, to our sisters, to all of us, the males here, to us also, sometimes resistance is internal, like I said, amongst ourselves. We are comparing ourselves. We are competing amongst ourselves. We have insecurity. This person is this, so I have to bring her down. Please, sisters, don't let us do that. We cannot break the glass ceiling alone. We can dissolve it together. Now, a woman anchored in purpose declines misaligned opportunities. If you are anchored in purpose, you have a purpose in life, you decline misaligned opportunities. You resist value compromise. You have values, so nobody will let you change your values. I was on a project and this person, the contractor, is not even Ghanaian. So we are talking of dollars. So then he asked me, how much do I want him to put on the cost for me? I said, please say that again. He said, how much do you want me to put on the thing for you? I told him, I don't work like that. I beg him. I respect him, so he should also respect my values. I don't work like that. If I work with you and you think that after the work, come, you have something you bring to me, I won't say that take it, I don't like it. But then I will not tell you that put this on it for me so that you give it to me. And he was surprised, but he accepted what I said. And we worked. And after we worked, he brought me a parcel. I took it. And that one, I'm not, or it's bad. I don't think it's bad. But to put on a value onto the project, that one, I don't think is integrity. So we need to resist value compromise. And then measure success is, a woman anchored in purpose measures success by contribution. Values do not weaken power. They refine it. If you have values, it doesn't deflate. With my values, doesn't make me less of a managing director. And my team knows that I have values. There are things I would not do. And it doesn't mean, I'm still their managing director. And they respect me for that. Then I want to end with the bamboo story. There's a farmer, he said, planted bamboo. And for about 4 years, he didn't see anything. Nothing was sprouting up. He was watering the bamboo all the years, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. Nothing was coming out of the ground. Then, in the 5th year, the bamboo grew nearly 90 feet. That's about 27 meters. The bamboo grew. Was the bamboo growing only in that year? No. See, all that time, the bamboo was, you can see the roots. It was all there. There was something happening in the ground. But it is year 5 that it came up. It was building its roots. So in your growth, your spring builds your roots, your summer strengthens the stem, and then your autumn protects the structure, and then your winter produces the seeds. That's when you empower. The seeds that come out, those seeds will also be germinated, and then the process starts again. So if you remain purposeful, excellent, ethical, empowering, your growth will come, and it will be deeply rooted. So the final charge, let us prove competence has no gender. Discipline has no gender. Integrity has no gender. Let us rise, not aggressively, not defensively, but purposefully. Thank you very much, and God bless us all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Schoolboard. Thank you for the insightful presentation. I took a few lessons from it. Said your skill will open doors for you, your competence will sustain you, and your integrity will protect you. Thank you so much. Please, it's time for questions and answers. So please, if you have a question, you can kindly raise your hand. I'll bring you the microphone. Okay, madam. I'll bring you the microphone. You can ask your questions, and the resource person will attend to it for you. Thank you so much. Please, let's give her a round of applause. Thank you so much. Thank you. Questions, please. So I'll go first. Madam, please, I wanted to find out, sometimes when you're moving from your spring season to your summer season, you feel that you've built enough competence, but it looks like the next stage of your life is sort of taking a while for you to actualize it. You want to sort of maybe grow in your career. Is there a time space for us, or so far as you feel you are working enough, even though the shift has not come, should we just be patient? Or there is a time space that we can put on ourselves that maybe in about 10 years, I feel that I should move from spring to summer?
Okay, thank you very much. I don't think there is a time season. You know, like I said, in my life, if you are a believer in God, you depend so much on God. And at the right time, I believe God will do it. You know, we all have plans. When you start to say, I want to do this in this year, I want to do this in this year. But it's not a lot. A lot of us do not get it like that. So nobody can predict what God has for you. All you need to do is to align your will to his will. So if he says, be here and wait, once you have a purpose, you depend on him. I'm sure at the right time, he will lift you up. Thank you.
Thank you so much, madam. Please, if you have a question, you can quickly raise your hand. I'll bring you the microphone. You can ask your question, and then our resource person will give us an answer. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thank you, Engineer Florence Cobalt, for a very insightful presentation. I want to ask this question. You spoke about mentoring. I have often had a challenge when it comes to mentoring. Sometimes the young ones, you want to mentor them, but it's like they have their own path they want to chart. So, I don't know. Is it that you just leave them and let them be? Because sometimes it's certain when you go somewhere, you're the only woman on the team. And then you wish you had others running alongside you. But then when you look around, the ones who you think should be able to have a buy-in, and then you are able to mentor to bring them up. It's like they have their own ideas and their own way of doing things. I don't know whether you can advise on that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Savia Mens.
Thank you, Doc. I don't know. This current generation, like I said, they have their own mind. So I think what we can do is just guide them. We cannot force them. You guide them. You tell them what it is. See, where I sit, when we need to recruit somebody, I'm always asking. As for the males, when you leave it to them, they want a male. I'm always asking, have females applied? I want to see their CVs. Because I want more women in. And I believe when there are women, women make a lot of difference. Women make a lot of difference. When a few times that I decide to walk through the plant, I see places, I say, why is this here? Why is this here? And they say, oh, madam, we just cleaned. I say, you cleaned this. I'm not saying all men are like that, but there are things that we see that the men don't see. So we still need to encourage the women. It is difficult because this generation, somebody said they are Generation Alpha. So I asked him, but it's not only Generation Alpha that is living in this world or Generation this. We all have to. So, Doc, we can only still encourage them, still try to mentor them, but we cannot force them. And then we can pray for them also that God will open their eyes to see so that we can bring them along with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam. Please, any question? Please, I have one more question. I wanted to find out, Madam, please, how do you deal with career setback or shortfalls? You know, sometimes you start your career on a roller coaster, it's moving on well, and then before you realize some things that you don't plan for come inside, maybe you are laid off or something. How do you deal with getting back actively into the professional field?
we always say that Ghana is, I don't know, because in other parts of the world, in fact, people marry and they want to even make a family. They can cut short their career, go make babies, and then after a number of years, they get back. They are able to find their feet. But for Ghana, it's a bit difficult because sometimes I have a lady who works in the group. She's a civil engineer. She's done water and sanitation. But she came in she works small, and the MD put her in her office. So she was in the MD's office. And at a point, she was there like a PA to the MD because the MD was not that technical. But at a point, she realized she has lost. She wasn't a member of the Institution of Engineering. She wasn't. So her career now, so I advised her, you see, you have been doing more of a business development and strategy. So maybe you have to look for, chart that part instead, because as an engineer, it may be too late to come back and do engineering. So sometimes after, or there's a career set, you lose your job or something, you are not able to get in immediately, maybe you really look at your plans and see where God will land you, and then see if you can start to chart another path. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam. That was very insightful. Thank you.
Am I permitted to ask a question? Okay. I'm only endorsing that all that he said. I've seen it myself. I've seen her living all the ethics, and sometimes, I'm amazed at such a strong person that she is. But I wonder, we have 2 girls, and if we should have more, would you advise she does surveying or engineering?
But we have one. You have one. One is did land economy. So you have one. None of them would have done engineering anyway because none of them did science. So I didn't, because I think at a point they saw that they felt engineering is Kenim. I'm sure that's what they thought. Because when they were growing up, they saw that mommy was going up and down, and mommy is always, I don't have money, and when I want this. So I'm sure in their formative years, they felt that engineering is Kenim. So they didn't chart the path. But I would love that I'll get one that would be an engineer.
Thank you so much for your addition, Sabayako, but I think Mommy was keeping her money in the bank either way. Please, any more questions? Any questions? Additions? Okay.
Auntie says I should stand up. I'm standing up. You say happy.
Please sit down.
No, I'm standing up. Thank you very much. Mrs. Kobo, I just want to hammer one thing or 2 things you've said. What he advises is that we should not look down on our subordinates. I am from a lands department of old. When we are doing our national industrial attachment, we did the first one, survey department. Second one, lands department. Third one, lands department. Fourth one, we began with lands department. Then I went to valuation division of a local government, but came back to land department full-fledged. When we were at school, though the professionals were there, we were placed under we call it inspectors, land inspectors, down there. But they knew the job, and they were teaching us. We didn't say we are from university and so on. So no. When we finished university, we came back to meet the same group of people. And we worked more or less under them. More or less because they were still teaching us. And we became friends. There are most of them gone now, honestly. I can't remember where any of them. They are all gone. Then I left there. I went to Agric Development Bank, estate unit. I built it. The woman who was there was a woman who was not estate man. And then there was a child who was not estate child. So the woman called me and told me that, you see this boy, he's called Otu. He said, just standard serving in those days. He didn't go anywhere, but he knows the job. So if you handle him well, you gain. Otu and I, at the end of the day, became friends. Otu taught me, I taught Otu. Last department, we did not know anything about asset management. Even pencil, we were not buying. No repair, nothing. PWD was doing everything. So we did not. Meanwhile, I was now a Greek estate man to do everything, including purchasing. It's only that we were not buying vehicles. Otu taught me purchasing. Even though he couldn't use the word, I gave it to him. So please, as Mommy has said, let us not look down on our subordinates. They know better on the field than you and I. In the classroom, what do you know? Nothing. Nothing. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Edie.
Oh, thank you. It's been a while, so today I want my voice to be heard. I've been missing in action. But I just want to say a big thank you to my neighbor, Mrs. Cobalt, for that wonderful presentation. Whatever Mrs. Cobalt has said today is true. But I also want to say that it was easier for her because she has the fear of the Lord. Ladies, you can only do this when there's the God factor. And so you give of yourself freely. You are not envious. There's no jealousy. You see each other as equals because of the fear of the Lord. I want to, at this point, acknowledge my boss, my one and only, Dr. Mrs. Fiasbe. Madam, thank you. She picked me from the beginning. Even when I was doing my professional exam, she was there. And for some strange reason, she had her eyes on me. Until even when I was looking for a job, she just came in through, and I finished my service at LVD, and she said, we need somebody else to Lance, come. And I went there. For the 3 years that I worked with her before she retired, she taught me what to do. And as I was saying, she did it freely, because it's not like, this one is like this or that one is like that or whatever. Because in the public and civil service, sometimes even the way you walk as a woman can create enemies for you. Because I remember very well when I went to the public service, Mr. Techi Menson, may his soul rest in peace. He knew me before he's alive. Hey, sorry. Mr. Techi Menson, he knew me before I went. So he called me. I was surprised. One day he called me to his office and he said, Ama, minyimu anerba, minyimu bibia, but baby maban, wantasi, ntoya na ato wakakra. What did he mean? Because I was coming from a situation where I had most of my relations abroad, so they will bring you things and you just flaunt it as a young lady. You care less, but somebody sitting there does not understand. And so even from the way you walk, and so that kind of freely giving is not there. So what am I saying? I just want to encourage all of us that let us first of all have the God factor. Then we can freely do what our sister is encouraging us to do. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Madam Surveyor. Okay, we'll take our last comment from Surveyor Richie. Addition.
I have been ambushed. Our speaker has said it all. And then our past president reiterated it. With the God factor, you can go anywhere. In everything that you do, if the God factor is there, it portrays what you intend to do and how you want to do it. That is the little I have for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Surveyor Marine. Please, just a wait for us.
Hi, thank you. I think I've also been ambushed, but I got in late. But to share probably a few of what has brought us this far since 2021 as a contracts manager. It hasn't been easy, but I have always stood by determination is the key to success. Once you are determined, as for the forces, the money factor, especially the money factor, you can't run away from it. It will come. But just say to yourself, determination is the key to success. Sometimes they ask me, are you serious? Don't you want money? Or you are done. I'm like, the accounts will say, and I think that I've been able to carry my head high up to this stage because I still think that, and I always tell my contractors that I don't need to take money from you now, but I want to build a relationship so that even if I'm not in the sector anymore, I can knock at your door, you can knock at mine. Because trust me, all of those who have not given me money, and for all of those I have not received money, the kind of respect I get from them, you have no idea. They come back. They go and they come and mention names. Oh, they want to say, oh, some bank, Quebec, and some 500,000 into one. He says it freely, and he's gone. Sometimes they're even good at mentioning names. Oh, when you go to this region, they'll ask you for money. You've come to here and not saying anything. Oh, you've done it and you're not still. Up to now, your contractor is asking me, oh, you did this for me. I said, when my IPC comes, I'll give you money. But still, the IPC hasn't come and you're not asking me anything. I said, don't worry, we ask for grace. Immediately he calls, that's all I said. I said, don't worry, we ask for grace. So please, ask for the women. We have to stand firm and just focus. You'll get there. When the money starts coming, you run away from it. It will come. But be determined and say to yourself, determination is the key to success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. I would like to thank our resource person again. Madam, thank you so much for the insightful and engaging discussion. We are really grateful that you shared your knowledge with us. Thank you once again. And please, I would like to reiterate that there is a sheet going around for attendance. So if, okay. All right, please, the sheets will be passed to you shortly. But you can also raise your hand. Please, those of us at the back, kindly let's all converge in the middle session so that it will be easier. You can as well raise your hand wherever you are. She will bring the attendance list to you, then you can write your name. Thank you. Please, we are now moving to a special highlight of today's program. This evening, as the practice of wins every 2 years, we have the honor to launch a magazine. This evening, we have an August person in our midst. So without much ado, I'll call on the president of GHIS, President Surveyor Obin Ayuribi, as she leads us to launch the WINS third edition magazine. Thank you.
Thank you and good evening. One day I was somewhere. We were traveling all the way from Narelugu, and I was told that you need to give, is it a small speech or a small write-up to the women's magazine, a message. So in the car, I have to do something. And I sent it to Honorary Secretary. I didn't know it would appear here. It has appeared here. Anyway, this is a very good magazine, and I'm wondering why the whole year we wait and bring it last minute. I'm charging the wins. Before we even launch this council session, we need at least 2 copies during the council session. Yeah, 2 editions of the women's magazine. Very good, very insightful. It's also another cap. We are there to support you. And to some extent, these institutions have a hand in the production of this document. Anyway, they say I should launch. But before I launch, I want to respond more to the speaker. The lady kept quiet. As our members have said, it's not easy. But it's the God factor. The son of a poor teacher, you are doing some assignment. Somebody called you. They give you a car key. You turn back, Land Cruiser, tear rubber. What will you do? I want car. But I look at the car, so I say, I'm sorry. Take your car away. What do you think will be running through the minds of people? Somebody would have demanded it. Jimmy pani. But I was scared. I haven't done some before. I said, take your car key and let me use my alacha. If for nothing at all, when I sleep, I can't even open my eyes. But you take this car and you are sleeping, by your mind and everything will be roaming up, especially when a news item drop. Hello? But as for the money, I haven't seen. I was a little boy, and now I have grown. I haven't seen any surveying professional who don't have a house at a certain level. It will come. But as my sisters and brothers in the way will say, Djibouti. Djibouti. We are rushing too much. You find yourself entangled in some rope. It will come, no matter what. The speaker said, in his time, he will make all things beautiful. We are not saying we are angels. So this thing is not easy. So that is the food for thought. As for those who are still at AESL, they were not working according to the company's principles and codes. They will be there at AESL, but they will be doing a lot more private jobs than they have been asked to do in the company. That is how you see them. Fortunately, they will even be working with contractors the organization has entered into contract with them, and you know the implication. So they are fine. They will not leave. They are fine there. So why should they leave? That is the answer. We are here to launch the Women in Surveying magazine. Our brothers or our sisters in Nigeria, they do it super, and I want to see that during their conferences. YSN takeover. If you go to Nigeria, you see they are all over the place. Bibi Yvonne, Amala, and we expect to see the same. Not to come to conference, the women is surveying, fine, you are sitting. No. They are all over the place, trying to ensure the men are okay, the conference is okay. We want more action. Women in surveying. And I think from tomorrow, I'll open my eye to see whether we are in action like the Nigerians. And it is very, very vibrant. Whatever they say, they cry, they have, the association, the men, women, the men's wife, they have even formed association. Oh, you say, hey, yeah, they see. So Big time. The man's wife, all of them come together in surveying, and they also are part of surveying. We want to see that. Yeah, we want to see that here. It's a very good magazine. I believe every member here should aspire to get one. The contents are very good. And as I am saying, this council session, with the help of our incoming president, I think we should have 2 editions. Give them the right terms, your experiences. I believe everybody has one way or the other, some experiences that you can put it here as lessons for all of us, because we take inspiration from your challenges. We take inspiration from the things you do and you are going through. That is what will harden us. For now, women in surveying in Ghana is on the low key. But I believe, and it is my dream, come 2-3 years, you will come alive. With these nice write-ups, the journey, the home, and your journey to fellowship. Sylvia Beatrice Combe, it's here. You read. It's another inspiration that you get through. How applying for fellow transform my professional journey. Sylvia Sally. Super. Solving the limited representation of women of surveyors. Fellow requires that. And I want to tell you something. I have not taken permission from the surveyor. But this one, I want to say it. Working in GHIS is good. Let us see you. As we speak, one of our own has been nominated to lead a delegation of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And she is in Rwanda as we speak, on the ticket of Ghana Institution of Surveyors. I said, whether the people like it or not, surveyors in this country, we have come alive. It's not that we are coming over. They can't do anything without us. And the promise is that there are a lot of missions around the world. And very soon, those who are visible, you'll be sent on GHIS representation. The issue is when situations come like that, we want to see people before council will nominate you. There is a saying in Akan, if you are close to your mother, you take the best of the fauna, best of the food as they are going. Let us see you. Your turn will come. Nobody is monopolizing anything. The path to fellowship is very good. Going beyond surveying, outreach among the Fulani communities. Wow. Super. Our former WINS coordinator. You see the experience. You read and you see. So everybody will have to pick one. Brief profiles of some of our important personalities in the institution of surveyors. They are all here. So please, you have to read, especially the newly inducted ones. How many are here? They've all run home. Please get involved. Come tomorrow, come Friday, get involved. The journey has begun for you. If you hide, get involved. GHIS will not give you any money. All what we are doing, and I take it from one of our past presidents of blessed memory. He says, Obey, by that time I wanted to leave GHIS. I finished my certification, so ambitious. I'm trying to do a lot more professional this thing. I went to marketing, I went to here. Then he called me one day, he said, look, all what we are doing is good, but this is where your umbilical cord is. GHIS will not pay you for your selfless service, but it is rewarding. It is rewarding. The sort of doors it will open for you, you have no idea. In some committees I serve, if they are organizing the committee without my presence, they stop. Then you have to look for me. free service, but it will take you far. Ghana Institution of Surveyors is worth serving and dying for. And I will say for the first time, I don't know whether it has happened before. This one is your years alone. It shouldn't go anywhere. One day I was in the secretariat and a call came. Are you Obian Iribi? I said, please, yes. Are you the president of the Institution of Surveyors? I say, yes. We need you at Jubilee House. Come. Somebody say, hey, it's a true story. Apparently, cabinet was meeting. They needed some explanation, so they paused for us to come. It hasn't happened, as I know. Hello? The institution is going far. On this note, I want to launch this magazine. Very beautiful magazine by all standards. They print first class. In the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Read and imbibe all the good things in it, and God will bless you.
Thank you very much, Surveyor President. We are so grateful. So please, we printed only few copies, but we'll put the soft copy on the platform. The one who did it, he's out of the office. He said he's going to his office. So we don't have the final version because as of last night, we were still editing. So we'll get the final one, then we share it. And as you know, normally during our AGM, we have our voting process. But this year, the institution wants to do all the voting at once. So we are going online. That's why you have it in your emails. So the voting will be on Thursday, the declaration Friday. You want to? Okay, please. Okay, let's welcome Dr. Amaglotu. Yes. So please let's welcome him to yes, the Electoral Commissioner himself.
Hello. In fact, the information I'm going to give now is very important for WINS because they are the only people who are going to vote 3 times. This time we are going to have a multi-link voting section. You log in once, then you have the opportunity of voting 3 times. The reason being that we are going to have election for the executives and then the governing council members, that is from the divisions, then election of executives of the women's in surveying, and then election of the executives of young surveyors, which I know that it cut across. So you are going to vote 3 times. The voting will start tomorrow, 26th February 2026, and then you start receiving your voting credentials from 12 hours GMT. And the voting will end on the 27th, that is Friday, 12 hours GMT. What you are going to do is, as soon as you receive the credentials, log in. When you log in, the first voting session that will be presented to you will be for the main one, that is the GHIS executives and the governing council members. Then there will be another link. You vote and then you submit, then there will be another link. Don't leave it. Click on it. It will either present you with the YSN, you vote, then it will still tell you that there is another voting that you have to do. You click and then you submit. And anytime you click and submit, you have a receipt. To encourage others to also vote, download the receipt and put it on the platform. Let others know that I've voted. What are you waiting for? And this year's election is going to be very swift. You are sitting in your office, the comfort, wherever, and then you just send it. And then when the time comes, the collation will be done automatically, and then the results will be declared. The only thing I will ask each and every one of us to do is encourage others to vote. I want the turnout from this election to be massive. I'm rather not happy that the young ones who will be voting next year are not here. But it is okay. Why I'm saying, when we were there, the people who mattered, they were not there. It's only the inductees. So the election is coming on, and the results will also be declared at the AGM. So that's all that I have to say. And read the instruction, the voting instruction. It will help you to actually understand. And it's very easy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, PP. Okay, so it's time for us to listen to our annual reports, the outgoing ESCO. So I'll call on the secretary, Savia Jemima. Yes.
Thank you so much, Surveyor Florence. So please, I'll quickly read our annual reports from March 2025 to February 2026. My name is Jemima Mante, and I'm the secretary for the Women in Surveying. Thank you. Whatever you do, work heartily, as for the Lord and not for men. Colossians 3:23. Working closely with its members, the Women in Surveying Executive has driven a year of purposeful action, championing professional growth, leadership development, and community impact. These reports highlight the key programs, initiatives, and achievements of WINS from March 2025 to February 2026, showcasing our commitment to empowering members and giving back to the community. Highlights from the 2025 WINS AGM. On the 12th March 2025, WINS held its launch meeting and annual general meeting as part of the 20th Surveyors Week and 56th general meeting at the Alisa Hotel, Northridge. The discussions during the AGM focused on unity, community outreach, and the growing influence of members of WINS. Members agreed that WINS engages more actively with underprivileged communities and schools, supporting educational programs and distributing resources such as sanitary pads and learning materials. This resulted in the formation of a committee to oversee the outreach projects, that is, a corporate social responsibility project committee. Other proposals that were listed included regional expansion, improved visibility, branding initiatives, and to increase the number of women fellows in the institution. The branding initiative necessitated the formation of a T-shirt committee to develop a branded design representing WINS values. And today, I'm glad to see that most of us are in the T-shirts the committee proposed. Thank you. Also, the editorial committee was constituted to manage the production of the 3rd edition of the WINS magazine, The Woman Surveyor, which has just been launched. Financial sustainability was also addressed, and the executive committee was tasked to propose structured monthly dues to strengthen funding and support future initiatives. Surveyor Florence Lamptey was introduced as the one to assume the role of the coordinator for the year 2025-2026, succeeding Surveyor Beatrice Kum, who was elected as the Honorary Secretary of the Ghana Institution of Surveyors for the 2025-2026 session. Committee activities. The T-shirt Committee. To strengthen the identity and visibility of WINS, an 8-member committee was formed to design and produce branded T-shirts. These T-shirts will serve as both a promotional and a fundraising tool, especially during WINS participation in major professional programs. The committee was made up of the following members. Surveyor Perpetua Asumeni, Surveyor Grace Chum, Surveyor Priscilla Selassie Kugbe, Surveyor Tracy M. Sanaki, Surveyor Rosalind Arthur, Surveyor Georgia Nipa, Ms. Fidelia Amwa Brago, Ms. Sakina Aikukano. Updates. The committee finalized their work and the T-shirts were officially launched and made available for sale from September 2025. The CSR Committee. The objective of the initiative of the CSR is in two folds. One, to give back to the community, particularly by supporting schools and young girls in underserved areas. And two, to enhance visibility and awareness of the surveying profession, inspiring the next generation of potential surveyors. The committee members are Surveyor Dorcas Safudiko as the chairperson, Surveyor Rose E. Krakua Kwaten, Surveyor Priscilla Donko, and Surveyor Ivy Gladys Appiah. This initiative received overwhelming support from the Ghana Institution of Surveying members, partners, and well-meaning sponsors. Through collective contribution, the program secured the full funding required to undertake both phases of the outreach. The first phase of the Women in Surveying 2025 Corporate Social Responsibility Donation Drive was successfully carried out on Friday, the 28th November 2025 at St. Cyprian Anglican Basic School 1 and 2, both within the Amasaman district. At St. Cyprian 1, the sections were conducted in 2 groups, engaging 155 female students and 21 female teachers. About 80 male students were also present. At St. Cyprian 2, 125 female students participated, together with 19 female teachers. About 50 male students were also present. The second phase was conducted on Thursday, 4th December 2025 at Dodowa Presby Basic 2, extending the positive impact initiated during phase 1. 155 female students were expected. Attendance was lower, so primary 5 and 6 students were included to ensure wider participation. 17 female teachers were present during the section. Engagement we had with the students in the career awareness during the CSR engagements. The WINS team held interactive sessions with the students of all the schools visited, introducing them to the surveying profession and its wide range of career opportunities, both locally and internationally. Students were guided on the key academic subjects to align with a future career in surveying, helping them understand the educational pathway into the profession. Menstrual hygiene and personal well-being education. As part of WINS advocacy for the well-being of young girls, the team delivered an educational session on menstrual hygiene. The session provided practical guidance on maintaining personal hygiene during menstruation, aimed at reinforcing confidence, healthy practices, and body awareness. Donation of essential items. WINS members present distributed the following: sanitary pads to support menstrual hygiene among female students, stationery supplies to both male and female students to enhance learning, wall clocks to the school to improve classroom time management. Building on the success of the first two phases, the Women in Surveying carried out a third phase of its CSR initiative by donating the remaining items to the Manhian TMA1 GHS in Tema on 20th February 2026. This outreach does not only strengthen the institution's commitment to community development, but also provide a meaningful opportunity to give back to the host community of the 21st Surveyors Week and 57th Annual General Meeting. Through initiatives like this, WINS continues to demonstrate the power of collective action in creating positive social impact. The financial summary. A total of 133 members donated a total amount of 40,750 Ghana cedis. The WINS coordinator also supported the initiative with 800 pieces of customized exercise book. The editorial committee for the WINS magazine, the third edition. An 8-member editorial committee was inaugurated to oversee the production of the third edition of the WINS magazine, The Woman Surveyor. This publication is an important tool for documenting the activities, experiences, and professional contribution of women in the surveying field. The committee members were Surveyor Mrs. Sarah Soji Zida as the chairperson, Surveyor Dr. Mrs. Victoria Aboa, Surveyor Dr. Tina Wemega, Surveyor Dr. Na Ajili A.M. Dua Amepo, Surveyor Na Lamekai Adofo, Surveyor Dinah Enam Ahiaku, Surveyor Bridget Na Ayele Hammond, and Surveyor Jemima Mante. Updates. A social media presence has been established for WINS to promote the magazine and to attract a wider readership. Yes. So please, I would like to mention that WINS now has a social media presence. So please, if you don't follow WINS on any of our social media platforms, kindly do so. It's Women in Surveying on Instagram, on X, and on Facebook. Thank you. The main theme for this edition focuses on encouraging more women to attain class of fellow status in the Ghana Institution of Surveyors. The editorial committee has finalized the structure and content of the magazine, whilst ensuring that its core objectives are clearly communicated. The magazine is scheduled for an official launch at the annual General Surveyors Conference, where copies will be distributed to members and key stakeholders. Fellowship Drive. The year saw a conscious effort to increase the number of WINS members who applied to be elevated to fellow status in the institution. This effort yielded much results because we had 9 WINS members applying, out of which 5 members qualified. This is a remarkable achievement due to the fact that for the past 4 years or more, this is the highest number of WINS members to be elevated to fellow status at a go. Please, let's do better for that. Educational programs. We had 4 virtual sessions from June 2025 to February 2026. The first session was held on the 12th of June 2025, and the topic was Personal Brand Management and Etiquette, featuring Dr. Daniel Ejay, a business consultant, lecturer, and an executive coach, and Ms. Michelle Kwame, co-founder and lead consultant at Africa at Levertude Business Consultancy. The training explored how self-awareness, confidence, and internal branding contribute to personal and professional successes. Members learned that personal branding encompasses identity, values, vision, and trust, and that a strong personal brand is reflected on how others perceive and speak of an individual when absent. Participants were guided to assess their strengths, build influential relationships, and engage in meaningful projects that enhance visibility and credibility. The second session was held on the 31st of July 2025, and it was centered on the compelling theme, Are you younger or older than you think? The session featured Esther J.B. Ajiman, a geomatic engineer, certified naturopathic nutritionist, transformational life coach, and a private chef. The presentation delved into the distinction between chronological age and biological age, highlighting how lifestyle choices influences how the body feels and functions. Whilst birth years remain unchanged, habits surrounding nutrition, sleep, stress management, and movement profoundly impact long-term health. Esther emphasized that deliberate daily practices nurture sustainable well-being and introduce the 5 pillars of wellness, that is, nutrition, hydration, movement, rest, and a mindset, as a practical guide for a holistic health. The third session, which happened to be the first virtual program of the year 2026, was held on 15th of January 2026 under the theme, The Whole Leader, Leadership, Power, and Balance in Work and Life. The session was designed to deepen members' understanding on leadership beyond performance and results, and to explore how leaders can sustain integrity, sound judgment, and personal well-being while carrying increasing responsibilities. The program featured Dr. Michael Kubi, an academic leadership advocate and an environmental steward, who led an engaging and a thought-provoking discussion on what it truly means to be a whole leader. He challenged participants to move beyond traditional leadership conversations that focus only on strategy, output, and success, and instead examine who the leader is becoming in the process of delivering results. The fourth and final section came off on the 5th of February 2026. The resource persons were architect David K. Ejiri, a life coach and the lead at CS Consult, and Professor Mrs. Beverly Ejiri, co-founder, CS Consult, a medical research scientist at Noguchi Memorial Institute. The theme was Clarity 2026 Goals, Time Mastery, Leadership, and Emotional Intelligence. The session centered on intentional growth and purposeful leadership for the year ahead. Architect David K. Ejiri spoke on leadership and emotional intelligence, underscoring that authentic leadership is anchored in self-awareness, emotional regulations, and the capacity to influence with discernment and empathy. He further emphasized that emotional intelligence is the quiet force that sustains credibility, strengthens relationship, and shapes principled leadership in moments of pressure. Professor Mrs. Beverly Ejiri addressed time mastery, emphasizing the disciplined stewardship of time as a strategic asset in pursuit of meaningful goals. She highlighted that clarity of priorities and structured execution transform ambitions into measurable progress and enduring success. Correspondences. WINS received the following correspondences in the year under review. 1, the Academic Women Foundation invited women in surveying to the She Build conference in recognition of the organization's commitment to advancing women. 2, the Ghana Chamber of Construction Industry, with partners and ministries, invited WINS to the Ghana Investment and Trade Week 2025 from the 2nd to 4th of July at the Accra International Conference Center. Also, the KNUST Ghana Institution of Surveyors Student Society invited women in surveying to deliver a talk on navigating and overcoming gender bias in the surveying industry. WINS representatives, Surveyor Beatrice Kum, Surveyor Seiram Damawu Bugri, and Surveyor Dr. Tina Wemega engaged students with insightful discussions on challenges and strategies for overcoming biases in the field. The programs were highly attended by members of WINS, who not only participated actively, but also engaged in valuable processes of learning and unlearning, enriching their professional and leadership journeys. Challenges. Despite the significant progress made, WINS continues to face some key challenges such as 1. Limited funding to fully execute planned activities, and low engagement from members affecting participation in programs. Recommendation. To enhance effectiveness and sustainability, WINS ESCO proposed the following recommendations. 1. Inclusive planning processes to foster active member involvement and strengthen collective ownership of initiatives. Then 2, annual budget allocation by GHIS Governing Council to enable the WINS executive team to strategically plan activities for financial stability. Thank you. This is the end of my report. I'll call on the WINS coordinator, Savia Florence, to take over.
Thank you so much. So those are the activities that we made. And the one problem is normally WINS members, you don't show up when we are calling. Look at today, the executive, at least we should have rested. Even getting nominations, the people to stand for the various division was a problem. The chairpersons really suffered before they got people to come forward. So please, maybe, President, you sponsor some of us to Nigeria to go and see what happens there. And that one will ginger us to also stand up. We are fortunate. I think last year, during the AGM, we said one of the aims is to make sure we have the largest number of fellows, female fellows this year. And to God be the glory, we had 9 females applying, but 5 got it. And the 5 that got it, so far, this is the highest for more than 5 years. We get 1, 3, the highest has been 3. So this year, we've really done well. President, next year, you get more than double. So please, let's clap for that. We thank God for that. Because of that, we have a special gift for the fellows to ginger you, those who qualify next year. But please, the reason why most people couldn't qualify, we attend CPDs and everything. When you attend, we should have a diary for that. Please, any activity of the institution, let's write it down so that when you are filling the forms, it will be easier for you. And also, volunteer to work for the division, your division WINS, and also the institution. And that one, when you are filling the forms, you don't have any problem. So please, we are begging you. Next year, we want to get at least double this number. So I'll call, Madam, please, can you do the next two? The Honorary Secretary. This is something small for.
This is for Honorary Secretary.
Yes. A special gift for our fellow. Please clap for them. It's not easy to be a fellow. Yes. We have our former coordinator, Surveyor. Yes. Oh, she's not done well. Congratulations. We'll call our resource person to help us. Yes. It's my name, so I want to worry her. They said if you are not getting anything, you get a Florence. A Florence would never disappoint you. So when we're not getting the resource person, the name popped, and when I called, as usual, for Florence's, they never disappoint. So thank you for coming. So we call our incoming coordinator, Savia Perpetua. Yeah. Please come, a fellow, please come. Who's the last person? We have one more. Is it Savia Sally? Yes. Please come. Thank you, madam. Maybe I'll call you. Please help us. We have a special gift for our resource person. So, PP. do you want to know? We don't want. You can join. It's for the two of you. So. yes. So you can. We profiles no. Thank you very much. Thank you. Please, now you can carry it. Yeah. So now I want to read briefly our incoming executives. So Friday after the election, they'll be inducted. If you are here, you can come forward for us. So our incoming coordinator, if she's elected, will be Savia Perpetua Asumani. Yes, please. So a brief profile. Savia Perpetua Asumani is a seasoned real estate professional with over 20 years experience in land acquisition, compensation, valuation. Yeah, oh, sorry. Yes, so please do it for her. So she is a seasoned real estate professional with over 20 years experience in land acquisition, compensation valuation, resettlement, and estate management in Ghana's water utility sector. She has led land acquisition and resettlement activities for major national water infrastructure projects, including Wa, Bong, Cape Coast, Koforidua, Upper East, Sekondi Takoradi, Wenchi, and Konongo Kwewu Ridge projects. Her work has been instrumental in securing land, managing stakeholder relations, and ensuring project continuity in complex and sensitive environments. She holds a BSc in Land Economy from KNUST, MBA Marketing from GIMPA, MSc Land Governance and Policy from KNUST, and Certificate in Land Acquisition, Resettlement and Social Sustainability from University of Groningen, the Netherlands. She is a member of the Ghana Institution of Surveyors, Africa Real Estate Society, America Real Estate Society, and Africa Water and Sanitation Association. She has rendered exemplary public service as a trade union leader, advocating for workers' rights and welfare within the public utility space. She's also committed to mentorship of young learners, especially girls, through education and advocacy in water, sanitation, and hygiene. That's the WASH. She is driven by a passion for integrity, inclusive project management, and the advancement of professional ethics in the water and built environment landscape. Thank you. So our incoming secretary is Surveyor Bridget Na Ayele Hammond. So Surveyor Bridget Na Ayele Hammond is a very experienced, highly competent and dedicated professional with over 15 years of extensive experience in the execution of acquisition surveys, land dispute cases, setting out surveys, demarcation, as well as in supervisory roles. She is currently serving as the Deputy Lithographer within the Lithographic Section of the Survey and Mapping Division, Lands Commission. Her career has progressed through various significant roles, culminating in her attainment of the Deputy Director grade at the Lands Commission. Noteworthy positions in her career trajectory include serving as Deputy Eastern Regional Surveyor, Acting Eastern Regional Surveyor, and Special Assistant to the Director of Survey and Mapping Division. She subsequently held the position of Head of Research and most recently served as the Deputy Chief Examiner of the Lands Commission for 4 years. Surveyor Hammond is an alumni of Bree Girls High School and holds a BS in Geomatic Engineering from KNUST. She furthered her education by obtaining an MS in Cartography and Geoinformation Science from Reuters in Nigeria and an MA in Public Administration from GIMPA. In 2021, she was recognized as a professional member of the Ghana Institution of Surveyors with the LSD division and received the Best Female Trainee Award. She is involved in the YSN and served as a member of the LSD ICT website committee and a member of editorial committee for the WINS magazine. Additionally, she represents her division as the divisional representative for the Lands Commission Ladies Association. That's LACULAS. Yes, so that's our incoming secretary. Our incoming treasurer, I've not spotted her. Surveyor Vivian, are you around? Yeah, okay. So Surveyor Vivian Osei-Boachi, please let's. So she works with the Ghana Highways Authority as a principal QS. She has served the Ghana Highway Authority in many capabilities and has successfully delivered several road infrastructure projects. She has over the years honed her skills in measurement and quantification, costing, contract administration, procurement of waste, construction, project management, and many more, enabling her to lead the Upper West Region's QS division effectively. She holds building technology, BSc in building technology and MSc construction management. She is a member of the QS division. Thank you. Then the divisional reps, the LS divisional rep is not here. She's Surveyor Rosalind Arthur. She couldn't make it here. The QS divisional rep, Surveyor Grace. Surveyor Grace Ajokoyo Nuno. Then the VES, we are maintaining the same rep, that's Surveyor Cecilia, yes. Surveyor Mrs. Cecilia Abenapoma Akotia. She is an assistant Stool Lands officer who has worked for more than 15 years in the Office of the Administrator of Stool Lands. Her core functions as the assistant Stool Lands officer include mobilization of stool land revenue, monitoring of customary land secretariats, report writing, data management to ensure effective revenue mobilization. She's very passionate about land administration, and she is an astute professional with exceptional analytical and relationship skills. Having worked in collaboration with the Lands Commission in performing her functions as the Assistant Stool Lands Officer, makes her privy to the land registration procedures and therefore is able to provide advisory services in that regard. Surveyor Cecilia is a professional member of the Ghana Institution of Surveyors with the Evaluation and Estate Division. She has acquired practical 5 years experience in property valuation after her induction as a professional member and aspires to build her career to the fullest. Her educational qualifications include HND Estates Management, Kumasi Poly, Bachelor of Technology in Estate Management, Kumasi Technical University, and Master of Science in Geoinformation Science, University of Ghana. She is married with 4 children. So, members, these are incoming, some of, the ESCO members for the next 2 years. So come Thursday, Friday, we'll vote, then they will be inducted into office. We thought we were handing over today, but it is well. So please, after them, because they're not done. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Surveyor Florence. And thank you so much, incoming WINS executive. As we draw the program to a close, we would want to invite our chairperson for today for her closing remarks. So please join me in invite Surveyor Dr. Mrs. Matilda Fiajigbe. Thank you.
Thank you. All too soon, we are coming to the end of it all. You agree with me that we have had a very fruitful afternoon. Very fruitful. I have learned a lot. I don't want to go into any details. I don't want to dilute what Engineer Florence Cobold told us. But personally, I have learned a lot. The 4 seasons of our life. Very insightful. Give it up to her. One or 2 issues, points which are very dear to me. Competence. Secondly, money is good, but money is not everything. Competence. As women, we must develop ourselves. Let me tell you a personal, small experience. When I was appointed as administrator of Stoollands, before, let me go back a little. At the interview for the appointment of administrator of Stoollands, we were 5. 4 men and 1 woman. At the end of the day, I was selected and appointed. So on my rounds, the first thing I did was to do a nationwide tour to announce that the administrator of Stoollands had arrived, because it was something, it was in the constitutions of Ghana since Nkrumah's time. So the chiefs had been looking forward to the appointment of the administrator of Stoollands. On my rounds, in one of the traditional areas, a very prominent chief asked permission. He said, "Madam, let me ask you something. How did you get this appointment? You are a woman. How did you get it? And you are not from the Akan-speaking tribe. How did you get this appointment?" He wanted to know. And I say, first of all, by the grace of God. Secondly, I'm qualified. I was judge qualified. I didn't appoint myself. The appointing authorities found me capable of handling the position. So that silenced him. So my ladies, let's develop ourselves. Let's not hide behind anything. Let's not the challenges are there. But You have to put in the extra effort to develop yourself. If you are competent, nobody can challenge you. You are there. You will even outperform the men. Excuse me. So that is my plea for us. Let's develop ourselves. So, Madam, and incoming President, thank you very much for her. And you see, I would like to make a personal request. We would like to have the soft copy of your speech. Don't you agree with me? Please, let's have it on our platform so that for the benefit of even those of us who are not here with us today, for the benefit of all of us. Thank you. The second thing we did was the launching of the third edition of the WINS magazine. I haven't taken a close look at it yet, but I think the editorial board, the editorial committee has done very well. Thank you very much for it's an improvement on the previous, even from the outlook, it's an improvement on the previous ones. So let's keep it up. So thank you very much, WINS, for keeping up, living up to expectation, and even improving upon the standards. We hope for greater things in the future. From the reports, I think we have done a lot as WINS. But it looks like we haven't publicized our activities. I'm surprised to see we have done so much within the 2 years, even the past 1 year. Please, how do we, let's do something and publicize our activities. Like the President was saying that we are not vibrant. We don't seem to be vibrant and doing the way our sister Nigerians, the sisters in Nigeria are doing. But we are doing something. And we should find a way of publicize what we are doing. I think many people in our male counterparts, they don't know what is happening. They hear of WINS. But let's publicize. Even some of them may even support us financially if they know that this is what we are doing. Commitment to community development is very, very important. So let us do well to promote our own selves, our own activities. Yes. The candidates that are coming, the incoming candidates. No, before I go there, let's say a big thank you to the outgoing. A big thank you to the outgoing executives. They have done very, very well. I know Sylvia Beatrice Comworth, she was elected, and then because of his transition, handed over to Sylvia Florence Lamte. But you have all done very, very well. Let's keep it up. Thank you. Now, the new executives. You are not yet elected, you are incoming. But we believe you will be elected. So there's a lot you have to do. I think later on, after everything, some of us, we are patrons. We are a number of patrons, we are here, and not all of us are here. I think we have to have a meeting to see how we can further improve upon what WINS is doing and how we can make ourselves known, better known than we are doing now. So thank you very much. We hope you all vote for our executives. And you see, I'm not being biased here. You know, on the divisional committees, let's vote for ourselves, the women. on our divisional committees. I know Dr. Mrs. Aboa is here, Victoria Aboa is here, vying for election to the VES division. Not so? Yes. And Priscilla. Is Priscilla here? Oh, okay. Hey. The QS, I don't know, I don't know whether they are ladies. Julian and Alice Edu and who? Oh, good. Florence Lamte herself. LS. Florence Lamte for LS. And is she the only one for LS? Doctor, she is automatically, she is the chair. She's the current chair. So we are hoping that she will be elected again. Let's wait. Let's elect our own. Let's promote our own. So that, we also, even though it's a male-dominated profession, let's make strides. Let's be deliberate. Just like we encouraged our ladies to apply to be elevated to the position of fellows. In the same way, let's encourage them. Let's vote for our own. Not that we want to take over the institution, our men. Not that we want to take over. But, where the women are there, things move better. You agree with me? Yes. So, and then also, I want to thank the executive president and his team, vice president, and the past president and the shadow, and the others. Thank you very much for your patience being with us. I'm sure you have enjoyed this afternoon. Thank you very, very much. I don't know, let's thank ourselves. We have, your coming here has not been in vain. You have learned something, haven't you? So let's give ourselves a loud hand of applause. Thank you all. Thank you. Jemima.
Thank you so much, Surveyor Mrs. Dr. Fiajigbe. Please. So please, we are drawing close to our session, like I said. Without much ado, please let's call on an incoming coordinator, Surveyor Perpetua Asumeni, to give us the vote of thanks.
Thank you very much. Surveyor Jemima, we are grateful. Surveyor President ESCO, here present. Past presidents present. Past coordinators, WINS coordinators here present. Our current executive secretary here present, acknowledged. ED in perpetuity, all other protocols. Our dear invited guests, Engineer Florence Cobalt. First of all, I'm deeply honored to stand here to render this vote of thanks to all of us for this wonderful engagement we've had today as WINS, ably supported by the entire ESCO. We thank God for this opportunity, for the insights we have received from our dear, I'll say that she's part of us, our dear guest. We thank God for this day. To our dear guest, Engineer Florence, we are grateful for the insights you've shared with us. One thing I'm taking home, you said, excellence is not perfection, but rather discipline, consistency. So just not being excellent. we should be disciplined and be consistent. We are grateful. To our governing council and ESCO here present, we say thank you for staying with us since morning, and you made time to be with us throughout. We are most grateful. To our past presidents here, we say thank you for joining us. To our ED in perpetuity, thank you. You are our ally and our support. You see, when we have our men by our side, we'll be able to do greater things than we are doing now. To all of us here present, our guests, fellow surveyors, on behalf of WINS executives, I say thank you. Thank you very much, and may God bless us and bless our homeland, Ghana. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much, incoming coordinator, Surveyor Perpetual Asumani. And please, before we take please, moving on, I would like to mention that we would have a photograph section or a photography section here, right after the closing prayer. So please, when we close, do not be in a hurry to leave. We'll quickly take some photos together on the stage and then here, and then you can leave after. Thank you. Also, the item 13 is being shared, so please make sure you have one before leaving. Without much ado, I'll call on Surveyor Dorcas Diko to give us the closing prayer.
With all humility, shall we please be upstanding? Thank you. Shall we pray? Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you so much for today. We thank you for this session, and we thank you for being here with us. We thank you for everyone present here, and we thank you so much for everything that we have learned today. As women, please give us the grace to rise with purpose, with excellence, and with ethics. Even as we leave here, we ask for your mercy to take us home safely and bring us back tomorrow for our session. This and many other blessings we humbly ask in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. Please be seated.
Please, if you have a copy of the attendance sheet with you, kindly raise your hand. I'll pick it up. And please, if you are